One upon a time, in a quiet town outside Boone, there lived a boy named Caleb. Caleb was 16 when his world changed. His father, a strong, quiet man who loved early morning hunts, passed away unexpectedly after a sudden illness. One week, they were planning their fall hunting trip. The next, Caleb was standing beside a hospital bed. The house felt different after that. Too quiet, too heavy. His mother tried to stay strong. Neighbors brought casseroles. Friends said, "I'm sorry," but nothing filled the empty chair at the dinner table. Nothing except the soft sound of paws. His father's old hunting dog, Duke, lay by the door every evening at 5:30 p.m. when Caleb's dad used to come home, waiting, just like Caleb. At first, Caleb avoided the dog. Duke reminded him too much of what he had lost. The memories hurt. Caleb stayed inside, stopped going into the woods, stopped talking much at school, but Duke never stopped waiting. One cold October morning, Caleb stepped onto the porch and found Duke sitting there, holding something gently. It was his father's old hunting glove, worn leather, faded stitching. Caleb froze. Duke walked slowly toward him and dropped it at his feet. No barking, just steady eyes. That morning, something shifted. Caleb picked up the glove. It still smelled like earth and pine. For the first time in weeks, he clipped Duke's leash onto his collar. They walked toward the forest. The air was crisp. Leaves crunched under their boots and paws. The woods looked the same, but Caleb felt different, smaller, unsure. They didn't go far that first day. Caleb sat on an old, fallen log. Duke sat beside him. Silence. But it wasn't empty silence. It was familiar. Caleb began coming back every weekend. At first, it was just walks. Then he brought his father's old thermos, then the hunting jacket, eventually, the rifle. He didn't rush it. He didn't need to. What mattered wasn't the hunt. It was the bond. Duke would trot ahead, then look back to make sure Caleb was following, just like he used to do with his father. And slowly, Caleb began to understand something powerful. Duke wasn't just his father's dog anymore. He was his responsibility, his partner, his reminder. Grief had made Caleb feel weak, but caring for Duke made him feel needed. One Saturday morning, deep in the woods, Duke suddenly froze, ears up, body still. Caleb's heart pounded. For a second, fear returned. Then he remembered his father's voice. "Take a breath. Trust yourself." Caleb steadied his hands, not because he had to prove anything, but because he knew he could. That day wasn't about catching anything. It was about confidence. When they returned home, Caleb's mother saw something she hadn't seen in weeks, a small smile. Winter came. Duke grew slower. His steps weren't as strong as before. Caleb noticed, and this time, he didn't run from it. He spent more evenings sitting on the porch with Duke, talking about school, about his plans, about maybe studying wildlife conservation one day, because the woods no longer felt like a place of loss. They felt like legacy. One peaceful morning in early spring, Duke didn't wake up. Caleb found him lying quietly on the porch. For a long moment, Caleb sat beside him. Tears came, but this time, they were different. Not just tears of loss, tears of gratitude. Duke hadn't replaced his father. He had helped Caleb carry him forward. Months later, Caleb stood at the edge of those same woods, not as a broken boy, but as a young man. He understood now. Grief doesn't disappear. It transforms. It can break you, or it can build you. That fall, Caleb volunteered with a local wildlife group. He helped younger kids learn about safety, responsibility, and respect for nature. And whenever someone asked him how he learned patience, he would smile and say, "From an old dog who taught me how to keep going." Because sometimes healing doesn't come from words. It comes from loyalty, from routine, from showing up. And sometimes the ones we think we're taking care of are actually taking care of us. Loss can feel like the end, but love, real love, leaves behind strength. And when you choose responsibility over regret, you don't just survive the pain, you grow through it.